Welcome to the Bluejuju Podcast, brought to you live, streaming from the cabin in the woods. This is your host, Jonas, and you're also your host, Ron. There he is, guys. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. I've completely recovered from my infected ant bite.
All right. Well, say hello to your fans.
Hello, fans.
There they are. Well, we have another great show lined up for you today. And obviously, we are doing this new live vodcast, if you will. Popular term. Look it up. Google's a thing.
He created it.
Well, I thought of it. I didn't create it, apparently.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, what do we got lined up today in our first category?
Okay.
I'm sorry. If you're not familiar with the podcast, we have it broken down into a couple different sections for you, and those sections the first section is coming up, and we call it headlines.
That's right.
Headlines we deem important.
Okay. Well, here's a woman. She's eligible for Mom of the Year. A Florida woman, Jamie Spicer, 34, of Pace, Florida. She was arrested for having her son panhandle, not her.
Really?
Yeah. She coerced her 9-year-old son into panhandling with a sign that said, "Homeless, need help, God bless." It's a sad thing, but I mean, if you're gonna panhandle, do it yourself.
Understandable.
Yeah,
I agree with that. Where was she panhandling
at? Probably near Walmart.
Good call.
But
it's probably safe to assume that. Yeah,
she was arrested and taken to jail, and her son, who was 9 years old, was given over to her father. The police came up and she tried to hide the sign. She took the sign away from the boy and tried to hide it. And the police asked her why she tried to hide it. And she said that because she didn't want to get in trouble because she was a substitute teacher.
Understandable. They really don't get paid enough.
No.
Especially the substitutes, I suppose.
No. With the economic problems, I can understand some of it, but I can't understand that. If you're gonna beg for money, do it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess there's better ways, like Kickstarter. There was a way to beg for money with ill repute.
Yeah. The Kickstarter's pretty good.
For some reason, society doesn't frown upon Kickstarter like they do vagabonds, if you will.
Well, maybe they ought to have a separate category. Like poor person of the week. Then that way they could beg for money, and they could plead their case,
I do have a story that's gonna go right along with this.
It's going viral.
Since we're talking about, yes, well, I don't know if it's going viral or not, but I did find it in the interwebs.
Okay.
There is a 16-year-old, or 18-year-old, I guess, Russian girl, and she has sold her virginity for $160,000.
Hey.
The funds have already been raised, but she's doing it for good.
Funds have been raised.
No, they have. Somebody's already paid it, and this person, I mean, she's an attractive-looking girl, but she, and also there's a charity that's involved with it. So this person, maybe it's Australia. I think it is Australia, and this person started a website to sell virginity. So they have these kids, basically, they're of age, but they're selling their virginity to someone, obviously. And this girl has raised, like I said, $160,000. She gets 90% of the profit, and then she said she's going to donate some to charity as well.
Okay, well,
but she says it's not prostitution because she doesn't do it for a living.
Okay, has nothing to do with the sex trade at all. It just just getting rid of that pesky virginity and getting a hoard of cash. I wonder why when I was growing up the attractive women didn't
sell their virginity.
I guess ask me for mine. I would have given it away free, but
we'll see. In the same news story, there's a young gentleman that's selling his virginity as well, but they didn't make mention of any money that was raised for him.
yeah. There's not a lot of women out there that are gonna go for that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, he is a young guy. Maybe some cougar in California. Hey, California ladies.
Go for it. Hey, alert.
Yeah,
Cougar alert.
Cougar alert. But, anywho's, that was, that I figured since we were talking about vagrancy and begging, prostitution was not too far off.
This is true. This is very true.
Do you have anything else exciting lined up for us, Mr. Ron?
Oh, the headlines. Oh, yes.
Anything entertaining at all?
Anything?
I mean, we're working for a crowd here. Right?
I got cute jumping spiders. No. Well, this. How about we? Since it's here, we'll. And it's kind of off topic. My internet, it's not working. It's terrible. Why don't we go into the category?
Category of stuff. Oh yeah,
stuff. Speculative or apodectic.
No, that's the end. We got to finish our headlines. Here in the headlines, we have Lindsay Lohan. She's often in the news. I don't know if you're aware of Lindsay Lohan always being in the news.
I'm aware.
Okay.
I never read it.
Apparently, Goodyear has overstepped its boundaries because along with another celebrity. Amanda Baines, she's notorious for she's done a couple of hit and runs, and only celebrities can get away with this for some reason. But she had her license taken away, and then she got caught driving without a license. She's not in jail, but then Lindsay Lohan has also had many traffic accidents. So Goodyear went ahead and issued a letter for driving classes for each one of these celebrities. But now Lindsay Lohan is suing Goodyear, saying that it is slander.
Slander?
Yes, ruining her reputation, if you will.
What reputation?
Well, Lindsay Lohan reputation.
Oh.
And but also not in that story, but I just so happen to know from other podcasts that I listen to that she hasn't paid her taxes in 4 years, I guess, and she owns a pile of debt, really.
Wow.
So she is looking
She's
to
in
sue.
Trouble?
She's looking to sue anybody she can.
Anybody she can, huh?
So Goodyear's the target, apparently.
Huh.
But yeah, apparently she owns she owes the government lots and lots of monies.
Uh-oh.
It's never any good. But
yeah, well, there was a man, this is in California, and this is from memory because my internet is not working.
Didn't you save the files? Oh, yeah, you can't access it.
Well, I'm trying to open it here. But from memory, this is in California. A man was arrested for ejaculating into a coworker's water bottle.
That'll get you every time.
Yeah, and the lady took it to a
happens.
lab because she thought it tasted funny.
Yeah, well, But did she have a lab at ready? These are people that do this. She's like, you know what? I've tasted semen before, and this tastes awful suspicious.
That's probably a good bet. She said it tasted strange. She probably alerted them. Anyway, the courts...
Sorry, but on the record, did you just call her a cum-guzzling cunt dumpster? I think you did. You heard it here first.
Yeah. More or less.
All right.
More or less. But anyway, she was awarded by a California judge. She was awarded $32,000. And I don't know how she's going to collect. I think he was probably fired. What do you think?
Well, let's hope so.
I don't know. Maybe he's still working at the same place.
Think about the logistics of it. It's impressive.
Right.
So if you're in the work area, per se, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then so you're in the break room.
Right.
And you're like, okay, I'm going to jack off in this bottle before anybody comes in.
Yeah.
Right? So that takes a massive amount of concentration.
To get it in the bottle?
And will. Well, because, you have to...
Maybe he had a funnel.
Well, maybe that's his thing. Maybe that's his thing, too. He just likes to do that stuff. He's like, this is going to be exciting.
Yeah, he said that he did it for sexual gratification. That was his.
They have some weird stories about people that do some strange things.
She knew he.
If you were listening last week, there was a guy that fucked a donkey. Just saying. Anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
I've opened the floodgates. This show is rapidly.
It's deteriorating quickly. But
okay, well, maybe we can go on to another category. You got another?
No, we still got headlines.
I thought we were only supposed to do two apiece.
Well, we're supposed to do two apiece, but you couldn't get yours up.
Oh, well, I just did two. Okay, you're next.
Well, all right. Thanks.
I did too.
This is a fascinating story that I felt like bringing up. The last two speakers of a dying language won't speak to each other. They refuse. Apparently, it's a dialect in Mexico that is it's an ancient language, I suppose.
Right.
But apparently, these are the only two people that are on record that speak it fluently. But because of a family feud of sorts, they refuse to speak to each other.
Uh-oh. Well,
but Indiana's to the rescue, my home state. There's a gentleman that's going to write a book.
Aha.
And he's going to keep the language going.
Okay. Well, first thought that popped into my mind was tape recorder. You know, I mean, if to get the inflections, that's one problem with dead languages is that you can read it, but how did they pronounce those things? How did they, what were the inflections? So they should get some tape recorders down there pretty quickly, and of course one of them may have a lisp or a speech impediment, so the entire language could go wanky.
This is true.
Yeah.
But we are moving on.
We have another category.
We do, and everybody's favorite. There it is.
Space news.
Ooh, okay. I can do this.
And technology. Oh man, I screwed that up. Hold on. You have to bear with me, folks. Using the switchboard for the first time. Let's try that again. Stop. Let's try it again. Anytime now. Here we go. Come on. Ready? Next category.
Space news.
And technology. Obviously, by the intro there, we are going to move on to space news and technology.
That's right.
I do have a space news story lined up, and it's about our favorite planet. Can you take a guess which one that is?
Mars?
No,
Earth?
It's planet Nibiru.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Despite Nibiru NASA connection, they claim that this planet does not exist and will not hit Earth in 2012.
Pretty safe bet.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. And
non-existent planet, not hitting Earth. Yeah.
And if you're not familiar with planet Nibiru, you can go over to our YouTube channel and check out the video that we did, and that is on DwightandHoyle.com or Dwight and Hoyle over at YouTube. Yeah,
the whole thing about Nibiru is it goes back to Zachariah Stitchin, who, speaking of dead languages, he was the only one that apparently could translate the ancient Sumerian, wasn't it?
That's the Mormon.
Oh.
Yeah, so you're a little off. No, he made that up. No,
not the fact that he said. That he translate. That's where he got the whole thing from, was translating that.
Yeah. The ancient Sumerian text. Yeah, it's
right.
It's all up to speculation.
Right, and conveniently, he was the only one that knew how to translate it, or said he was the only one that knew how to translate it, and.
What was the Mormons' leader? It was like Joseph Smith.
Joseph Smith. He got those tablets from on high, written on golden tablets or something.
Yeah.
Angel told him where they were.
Lucky guy. Yeah, a little over 200 years ago.
You can't argue with that. I mean,
no.
It's just hey.
Well, if you can convince someone that into getting to the Mormon religion, you can convince them of anything.
Hey,
not to discriminate against any Mormons out there, but You guys are a little off kilter.
Eh.
I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, actually, I mean,
I'm not pandering to the audience.
no. Actually, the planet Nibiru is a good thing to believe in too. Because if if the thing's going to come by and destroy the Earth, I mean, hey, you can't make really bad decisions, can you? Because it's all going to end anyway. But Stitchin said that it was on a 3,600-year cycle.
That's right.
And the cycle doesn't even coincide with what he said, that it was 2012. So conveniently, all these dates are being rearranged. Even the this false assumption by Stitchin that there is this planet, and why did he do this? To sell books, right?
Like I said, we have the whole story documented over at Dwight and Hoyle, Dwight and Hoyle on YouTube.
But
go ahead. No.
But the 3,600-year cycle does not coincide with 2012. So even if planet Nibiru did exist, it wouldn't be coming back in 2012.
Strange.
Yeah.
It's a fascinating story, though. Fairy tale, if you will, but nonetheless, it's very well orchestrated and, well thought out, I guess, is the best.
Right. Anybody that knows me knows that I have a terrible, deep-seated hatred of television.
Yes.
Yes.
True story.
True story. Like any other adult that has existed at the time of television, I've watched a lot of television. I watched it when I was a kid and everything else like that. But fortunately for me, by the time I reached 13 or 14, the glamour had gone for whatever reason. But here's some of the main reasons you should stop watching TV.
All right, here we go.
Okay. Reason number 1, rampant commercialism. And they sell you or try to sell you things that you don't need, don't want, but they make sure that you want them, because if you don't, you're not living in a real world, or in a manner that is good enough to exist in this society.
I take it that we're going on the technology route.
This is technology, yes, yeah. I mean, I'm right in there because TV is a technology, right?
Wow, yeah.
Yeah,
pretty broad strokes, but yeah.
You just think about it. If you showed television to somebody that was born 100 years ago, I mean, go to 19. No,
I'm not arguing with you. Go ahead with your story.
That's 100 years ago, right?
Right, I understand. I was just saying it's not new technology. That's basically what I was saying.
Well, for those of us that were born during the time, I was born when television was in its infancy, and got to watch some of the earliest television programs. That makes me ancient by a lot of people's standards. But no, it's
before black and white TV, folks. Right here.
Yeah, that's right.
First,
they were. Yeah.
Did you want to check to see if anybody was on our website over there?
Okay. Hold on here.
Perhaps they're screaming at the top of their lungs, saying, "Get on with the story, man!
Get on with it!" Let's see. It's hey. But anyway, commercialism, bad.
In short, great story.
Well,
you have a way of spinning a yarn, sir. Did I ever tell you that?
Why internet would not work? Can you tell me?
I have no idea.
But there are other reasons not to watch television. One, that it's a giant time waster. 4 hours a day is not a good amount of time to waste on something that has garbage content. Hey, nobody's on. Not yet, anyway.
You didn't even check.
I did too.
You did not. I saw you. I gave you one job, man. One job.
I can't help it if. See, look, I'm typing it in here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there it is. No, see, it didn't ever want to come up.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, I guess I'll tell a story while you're doing that.
Nope.
In space.
See?
In space
Was I
news-
lying?
Well, you never knew.
I did.
But in space news, no, you didn't. In space news, we have a veteran astronaut, Russian cosmonaut, if you will, and he is complaining about the implorable conditions that he has to stay in the space station because Russia has not funded. Did you know that the space station is split into two pieces? There's an American side with American pods, and then there's like whatever country goes up, they have their own pod basically they stay in. And since Russia
sounds like segregation to me.
Yeah, I know. And since Russia is I guess behind the times are kind of bankrupt at this point.
Yeah.
They have not put any money into the space station. So basically when they put theirs up, they're 20 years behind, I guess, is what they're saying.
We're talking low rent space station.
Yeah,
huh?
well, yeah, it says low technology, and he's jealous of his American counterparts because apparently we have very spacious living quarters and updated technology. So he is green with envy, and says he was going to go on a 1-year mission to the space station, but has declined now because he says he won't do it because of the conditions.
Well, I don't blame him. I don't think I would go up there in any event. You know, it's if you're claustrophobic and you don't like to be weightless and all that good stuff, why should you go? But now they're looking for exoplanet environments. So meaning they're looking for planets that will support life but aren't quite similar to our own. And the range of life on those planets might be completely different than what we have here. There might be planets that don't have any sunlight at all but have volcanic activity and still could support life if they had water.
Very fascinating. Which planets are they? Which galaxy are they looking at?
Oh well, our our own. They are postulating what forms of life different planets could support, but they all agree that water is the key there, and that it's got to be in a liquid form. In other words,
I wouldn't want it in any other way.
Yeah, they postulate that no life could form in a boiling atmosphere or one that is perpetually cold. So,
but we do have, organisms that survive in those environments. So
yeah, we do. They said that some billions of years ago, life was almost wiped out on this planet because it went through a permanent ice age, and that everything pretty much stopped. And for millions of years, it was touch and go whether even bacteria would survive on this planet. So.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for space news and technology.
All right.
Unless you have anything fascinating you'd like to throw in there.
Well, I can go back to wacky green gadgets or
no,
18
good.
weird ways to wake up in the morning. But
that's fine. We'll just move on to the strangest state in the union.
Oh. Yeah.
I have a little clip here.
And now, the strangest state in the union.
Yeah.
Just in case you weren't tired of looking at us yet, that was me and Ron standing next to the states.
Scanning. Yeah.
Anywho's.
Okay, I have. I think you have a graphic for this. Yeah.
I do. I'll post it for you.
The Jersey Devil.
All right.
Yeah, we're back to New Jersey.
All right. So your pick is New Jersey.
Yeah, I'm thinking they got more going on there. I mean, at least they got better artwork I mean, I haven't seen anybody do a picture of the Florida Bigfoot, that looks as good as this. Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah, this is are you going to put it up on screen?
I got it.
Oh, that's
waiting on you, buddy.
Yeah, I was waiting. This is the Jersey Devil, and an illustration by Ryan Doan. Just wanted to make that clear that this is Ryan Doan's work, and scary stuff it is. This is a persistent legend in New Jersey. It seems that in 1735, a resident known as Mother Leeds found herself pregnant for the 13th time.
Sounds like an epidemic to me. Continue.
Yeah, and apparently she was not of high standing in the community. In other words, she didn't have a lot of money.
Of ill repute, if you will.
Well, I don't know about that, but hey, apparently she...
So you're not willing to call her a cum guzzling cunt dumpster?
The records are
no.
Records are unclear on that. I don't think they even have the capacity to fathom, water bottles and
Gotcha.
It was.
Continue. So
thou shalt not come dump in the rum.
Anyway, if you didn't tune in last week, we did this, and his pick was New Jersey once again, and there seems to be some kind of portal to hell in Jersey, and so now he's backing up his claim with a flying demon monster that impregnates women.
Well, no, not quite. Of course, this thing may now be found at the gates of hell. I mean,
this story gets better and better.
It's all converging on Clinton Road there.
So this is factual. You'd be willing to put money on this?
Well,
because that's what we're going for.
Factual.
Well, it's the strangest state in the union. We can't call a strangest state in the union strange if it's not real.
Well, if it's not real, there.
Well, I guess there's some room. There's some room for budging there.
Okay, this is what I would surmise. This is what I would guess. All right, that originally there was Indian lore in the area about this creature. All right. So then what happened was it was adapted into the mythos of the surrounding community. Okay, that's my take on it. But I will go into the legend, which is obviously...
Please elaborate.
It is obviously stretched, torn to smithereens as to its credibility. But anyway, here's the legend that she was facing pregnancy for the 13th time, and a few months before her due date, she said, "Let this one be a devil."
And so it was.
and thus it was so. When it came out, by all appearances, it was normal. But she was surrounded by family and apparently midwives, and that they said that the baby, over a period of hours, changed and grew wings, scaly talons, and things like that. I'm thinking that by that time, a little bit before that, before the talons came out, I mean, when the fangs started to appear, I'm thinking out the door, but
yeah, well, as soon as I give birth to anything, I'm out the door. That's just the bottom line.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm thinking, like on the Aliens, this thing that, and it comes out and supposedly then proceeds to kill its mother and anybody else that's around. And, of course, there were a few convenient survivors of this mayhem, and they swore that it flew off into the Pine Barrens, and, it's been found there ever since, except it probably migrated to Clinton Road. Actually, it's been cited in several different states, so it's going interstate now.
You can bet on it.
Maybe hitchhiking.
It's a real thing, guys.
Yeah.
So
And
if you have
gotta
any
be.
questions, you can just call Ron at beep 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 beep. I had to edit that part out. I'm sorry.
Okay, well, I'm 2 for 2 on this one.
All
Nah,
right.
you bet.
Well, it's time to decimate you. Just kidding. Mine's not as good as last week, where we had a pedophilia
We'll
animal
see.
zoology rapist. But nonetheless, Colorado is my pick of the week. So, Colorado every year apparently has a frozen corpse day. Yes.
I don't know. It's gonna be hard for me.
Well, frozen dead guy is the technical term, but it's a festival. Well, anyway, the frozen dead guy that they found a while ago, back in 1989 in Norway. Why it's in Colorado, I have no idea. But anyway, they have a festival around this guy. Well, now they're shipping him off. So he's not going to be in state anymore. But they said, that will not deter us. We will still have the festival without the frozen dead guy and still call it the Frozen Dead Guy Festival. That's right.
Now this is a pitiful excuse for a party.
Well, the governor quote says, we will not be deterred. It will take 2 of us to make a 4-hour round trip to the neighboring state that
The frozen dead guys.
yeah, to go see the dead guy. So they said, nonetheless, we'll still have the festival. We just won't have the dead guy. So there you go. My strangest state in the union.
You win.
Yeah.
I'm saying, this beats the Jersey Devil, because the Jersey Devil is obviously a fake, and this is real.
Yeah, it's a real deal thing. Man. Look it up. Google's a thing.
I bow down to the
That's right.
the realness of your and the horror it invokes.
It was hard. It was hard to do. It was a tough decision to make, but they won hands down as far as I was concerned. So congratulations, Colorado. You are the strangest state in the union for this week.
Most definitely. That's pretty bad.
So since we did battle there, I suppose we'll move on to speculative or apodictic.
Yeah.
Here we go. I got a little clip for you.
Is it
Speculative.
or
Apodictic.
Now, those of you not familiar with the program, speculative and apodictic basically means true or false, but we didn't want to say that, so we named it speculative or apodictic. Apodictic.
Right.
So, what do you got for me as far as and you get to decide whether this is true or false, and we'll clue you in next podcast.
Well, first we gotta, for those many minions, I mean the thousands and thousands of people that want to know about the last one.
Yes, the dinosaur tracks found right next to human tracks.
Yes, dinosaur tracks.
Believe it or not, true story. I believe it was a. Do you remember what state I was in? It was like northern. I think it was like Canada or something.
There's a lot of them actually.
Yeah.
There's more than one.
But it was in a dry riverbed, and they have clear tracks of a bipedal species right next to a reptilian species. A lot of people disclaim it and say it's not true, but it is there, so they can't disprove it or prove it. But the evidence speaks for itself, I suppose.
It does speak for itself. Actually, there's a place in Texas. They have multiple human tracks alongside of dinosaurs. There are so many of them that it's impossible to cover up, because the area is fairly extensive that they're found in. People have gone there and tried to say that they were fake, and said, oh, well, those were man-made. So they went over a little bit further, and they dug up, and they found more tracks with dinosaur footprints. And they've actually sawed the footprints in half. They've seen indentations where the mud actually came up between the toes. Because, you see, these are in sandstone, and what happens is, first they were in sand and mud, then the impression was created by the dinosaurs and the human footprints. Then it was covered over. Then it was subjected to a pretty good amount of pressure, thousands of pounds per square inch, and then it turned into sandstone. Well, how long does it take to make sandstone? Millions of years.
All right, so to all those viewers out there that have been on the edge of their seats all week long, there's your answer.
But I'd like to say one more thing, at least. The creationists use this as evidence that the Bible is correct in that it's literal, and they give the amount of years as 6,000. I don't know how they came up with that. And they say, well, this shows...
I believe because they think the Earth is 10,000 years old.
Right. But it doesn't do it at all. All it does is raise more questions. It poses very serious questions to both camps. Yes. It poses serious questions to the evolutionists and the creationists.
Fascinating.
Yes. It does.
It was scrolling for some reason. I was just wondering.
I was scrolling?
Yeah, I was just letting you know.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Anyway.
What you got for us? What's our speculative or apodictic?
Okay. Here it is. Does stress create ulcers in the human stomach? Right. Does stress create ulcers in the human stomach?
Well, I don't know. I guess our viewers will have to find out themselves.
Well, I hope so. They should get on the internet.
And you'll tune in next week, and we'll tell you the
ladies.
answer to that. Humdinger.
Well,
if you can't figure that out, you just shoot yourself in the face. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's you have more problems. You actually might not be able to work a keyboard. So you should probably just.
You might be surprised.
You should probably just stay in a corner and mind your own damn business. But we'll move on.
Well, we like lazy people because we can do it for you and do the podcast. How's that?
Fair enough.
They can be lazy.
That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll tell you the answer to that next week. So,
you're on the edge of your seat, especially if you have an ulcer.
Yeah,
of course.
Right. They're getting an ulcer just thinking about it.
Well, you've probably been told if you've gone to the doctor. If you suspect that you have an ulcer, then this will be burning news.
Very nice. Very nice. Anyways, I guess we are going to move on to our category that we have added this week, and it is none other than Conspiracy Corner. We did have I have a video overlay for you there at the little Hitler baby. Get a chuckle out of that. But we did have a voiceover, but there was some background noise, so it didn't work out. But next week we'll have the full clip ready and raring to go for you. Anywho's, today in Conspiracy Corner, we have... Wish I was ready for that. There we go. Conspiracy Corner. And this is a fascinating one. Obviously, you've heard of Monsanto, right?
Monsanto.
If you're not familiar with Monsanto, they genetically engineer food and sell seeds that are genetically engineered and then patent those seeds so no one else can use them. There's been an uproar in England as of recent of banning all Monsanto foods, and it's fastly sweeping across Europe. But that's not the conspiracy. The conspiracy is all those people out in California that love Whole Foods, the grocery store. Well, apparently Whole Foods is in cahoots with Monsanto.
Oh.
Yeah. Apparently they instead of selling their Whole Foods
costs more. Right?
Well, they've been selling Monsanto
corn. Huh?
Well, just goods in general. GMOs, I guess, is what they're called. And
feed it to them anyway, right?
They're actually they're partners with Monsanto.
Oh.
And so apparently they've been they've been pushing this genetically engineered food onto people that thought they were getting regular food. So that happens there. But this is Conspiracy Corner, so it is not validated.
Oh, okay. Dang. There goes my conspiracy because this one is validated. Oh, gosh. But it is a conspiracy because it's hidden in plain sight.
That's right.
Right. Well, what I'll say about the organic...
This is the basis behind it. The film shows, they have a film on this website. It's, let's see here. What is the website? Conspiracy Planet is the name of the website. And they have a video that's playing there. But apparently the Whole Foods did not donate any money to Prop 37, to California's ballot, and to get rid of genetically engineered food.
And they wondered why.
And California is one of the main producers that's actually pushing these foods on Europe and whatnot. But anyway, the Whole Food knowingly engaged in massive GMO deception, says undercover video by Organic Hippie. I made up Hippie. I just threw that in there because he looks like one. But Whole Foods, their customers, they gave them unknowingly GMOs while financially supporting a GMO supply chain that ultimately enriches Monsanto's. So they're not in bed with Monsanto.
They are Monsanto.
But they support a company that is affiliated with Monsanto and sells their goods. So there you go. They told you to go get healthy food, and then all the people that went to go get healthy food because they didn't want to be contaminated, that's the supply that they tainted. So,
number one, I think they should vote with their feet. Number two, I smell class action lawsuit.
Well, if it's confirmed, but at this point, it is speculation. Well, I mean, there's evidence that leads to it, but it's still unsubstantiated. Hence, Conspiracy Corner. See, I like to stay on topic. Continue, Ron.
Well,
what do you got for us?
This is a conspiracy of a massive scale and one that hits the pocketbook.
I'm riveted.
I know you are, because it affects everyone. Everybody should be aware. If they're not, hello, wake up. There's been a drought in the Midwest.
Yes, I've heard of this
corn
drought.
crop. Things like that.
Mm-hmm.
We've been told that ethanol is a good thing.
Ethanol's not a good thing.
No.
Okay, continue.
No. Ethanol is a very, very bad thing. It's bad.
Elaborate.
Well, let's just consider this. We're told that we are going to have a net energy surplus by using ethanol in fuels. Okay. But here we have a study by the energybulletin.net. Sounds official, and I'm sure that they keep their figures accurate. This was in 2005, so you can that was about the time that all this legislation was put through, the subsidies and so on and so forth. But the basic premise is totally false. Study: ethanol production consumes 6 units of energy to produce 1 unit.
Wow. You know what else this corn shortage is affecting?
Prices?
Well,
No?
The prices of pigs. So bacon's going up this year. So all you bacon lovers out there, get ready to pay extra for your bacon.
Well, and what happened was you not only, this is the net result of ethanol. You give huge companies that produce GMO corn.
Monsanto. Follow us on Twitter.
And their buddies. You give them huge subsidies to grow corn that it actually takes more to produce and turn into energy than if you had oil. So then what you do is you take that food, genetically modified, that would be in the supply chain for human consumption, so you take that out. So that means that there's a net food loss. So that means that prices of food go up.
Most of the food that we do farm is, I mean, from what I've read anyway, is feed.
Yeah, it's feed for cattle, but you
and pigs apparently because
and pigs, but what that does is it makes the price of those go up. So
yes, but we eat the pigs.
Yes, but that means that whatever you eat's more expensive. So that means that there's more inflation, and that means that never mind.
So that's the conspiracy. Though.
Well,
trying
and
to jack some prices.
Well, it's just bad all the way around. It's who it's bad for are the people that actually use the product. That's who it's bad for, meaning you and me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's worse than that. It's even worse than that because they've done studies. They say that actually it's more polluting because it takes more energy to produce than you get out of it. Let's see, fertilizers,
So is recycling.
herbicides.
I'm just saying.
Giant farm equipment, so on and so forth. Also, it's terrible for internal combustion engines.
Oh, yeah, that would be the last thing we want to do is ruin our cars.
Well,
For shame.
Well,
mess with my planet, but don't screw with my car.
Don't screw with my car. Well, your beloved car is being, the lifespan is being shortened because it messes with the fuel system and causes more deposits in the engine. So that means that you got to get rid of your car sooner.
So then they hit you in the pocket again. Another 10 grand.
Well, it's boom.
Boom, 10 grand in the wallet, right there. You heard it here, folks. So be careful of.
Ethanol
don't support ethanol or Monsanto. Follow us on Twitter.
It would be far better if the population probably distilled it into corn liquor, and everybody got drunk once a day.
Yeah, well, most people do.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, I'm just saying most people get drunk once a day. That's all.
That's all it takes.
That's the only way they can handle this
reality stuff.
Guess so.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But as far as that goes, you know what? That was our last one.
Oh, you mean we got an hour's worth of this?
Well, no. We have 50 minutes.
We have 50 minutes.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Well, we can go on for another 10 minutes.
Well, yes, we can. But
you got a story in
well,
your hat
I do have a story.
Now that I've ranted on about ethanol for, just look it up. I've got funny cats with toilet paper. How about that?
No.
No?
I have one here.
Okay.
Well, if you're going to judge, I usually don't talk politics on the show because I think it's pointless. It's a waste of breath. But because everybody talks politics and then everybody has an opinion. But, and this fun fact that will fill up 5 minutes of our time.
Okay.
Presidential Halloween masks. Barack Obama is beating Mitt Romney. That's right, folks. You heard it here first. 65% of the Democrats are... whoever's buying these masks, apparently, is buying Obama masks, and then 35% are buying Mitt Romney masks. Why do they have Halloween mask, you ask? I have no idea. Why not is what you should be saying.
Maybe I think I'll get 2 of them and put one on the front and one on the back.
Why not?
But and then every once in a while switch them around. That's about as much good as the political system is. Yeah. It's a serious indictment of the political system. Which mask should you wear?
I don't know. I'm going with Ron Paul. Actually, yeah. I think I'm going to vote. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to vote, to be honest with you. Not this year. I don't. Even though, see... Have you ever had someone try to get you involved in a NFL fantasy football league?
I've been lucky. Yeah. No.
Okay. Well, see, when these people go after you to you.
Uh-huh.
You wonder why they're so enthusiastic about it. Well, the thing is, like, if you're gonna run a league, you spend say $100, and it lasts all season. You know, you spend $100, and whoever at the end of the season has as many wins or whatever, then they take home a large portion of that money. Well, and you think when they're first signing or trying to get you involved in it, you're like, why are these people so pushy about it? Why is everybody so It's because they're good at it, and they want people that aren't good at it to join their league. Well, the same thing goes with.
Where are you going here? Where are you going?
Yeah. The same thing goes with telling people to vote.
Ah,
Right?
okay.
It's like the people have interest in it, so they're trying to get you to go and do it. And so if you're wondering why you see all these ads that are so adamant to get you to go to the polls and vote, it's because someone has an invested interest in getting you to go and vote. Not saying that everyone shouldn't go and vote. I'm just saying they're trying to persuade you for a reason, and it's typically not a good reason.
Right. Well, I would say this is something for people to research. They should go to DuckDuckGo, because it's not Google. DuckDuckGo.com.
That's where it's at.
That's where it's at.
Official non-sponsor.
Non-Google. Never go with number one. Number two.
It's our very first non-official sponsor.
DuckDuckGo.
DuckDuckGo.
We got to get a little quacking logo.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I'll work on that.
And then we got to get DuckDuckGo to
Where are you going with this?
to sponsor us. The mind works in mysterious ways.
Apparently.
Well, look up right, left, paradigm.
Right, left paradigm. All right.
Right. You have political choice in this country. Coke, Pepsi.
Yeah, it just doesn't work out.
Well, yeah, Jesse Ventura had it right. I was saying it years before Jesse, but he lived the life, so he knows even better. Jesse Ventura says that the political arena in this country is just like pro wrestling. Yeah, for those that don't know, pro wrestling's fake. Yeah,
You get beat up for saying that. Just let you know, there's some pretty passionate wrestlers out there that say it's not fake. It hurts.
Yeah, it hurts because you take the falls, man.
Now, is there endings that have been decided pre-hand? Yes. Is it fake? No.
Well, fake in the sense that, yes, the outcome is decided beforehand, and the moves are choreographed.
Right.
Okay. So, you got Coke or Pepsi at the end of the day.
That's right. Well, I believe that's going to bring the ship into harbor, sir. How do you feel about your first vodcast?
We've exposed a number of things.
I believe so. We've done a.
We've blown the lid off
we've done
of the cranium.
We've done it. Yeah, mind blown. But yes, we've done a service to the American people today, and hopefully you didn't mind staring at our mugs while we did it, because we thought it made it more interesting. But that being said,
I'm going to go back and look at and see how unbeautiful I am.
Yeah, who knows? I'm not really sure how the whole thing worked out, so I'll probably have to do the same. But anywho's, like I said, we're going to go ahead and we're going to bring this podcast to an end. If you are not a follower of us, we do have a Facebook page.
You will be.
We do have a Twitter page, Bluejuju_cast. It's currently suspended, to be honest with you, because following too many people is a thing. So Twitter, if by any chance you are watching, you're an asshole.
Uh-oh. Your account has just been locked forever.
That's right. But apparently you cannot follow more than so many people a day, or they will suspend your account. So that is a thing. But nonetheless, it should be up and running, unless Twitter heard what I just called them soon. And you can always tune in to our podcast over at bluejuju.com, where we have a live chat that we haven't checked into. So we don't know if anybody's actually watching it or not. But nonetheless, next time we'll try to be on top of that a little bit better. Is there anything else that you would like to add there, sir?
No, I think you've done a great job on the upgrading of the website and
It's all new.
It is. And the podcast, and hey, you're.
Oh yeah, we got some T-shirts. We're peddling
yeah.
our wares. If you don't like the camera quality, go buy a fucking T-shirt because we can get better cameras. It's pretty good quality though. I'll be honest with you. I haven't really looked on the website what we're actually broadcasting, but from what I'm looking at, pretty good. Not bad.
Yeah, it's. I mean, hey.
But it can always get better, folks. And if you buy our T-shirts that I have designed, there's 3 different ones. There's one for $10, one for $16, and for a smidge more at $17.60, you can have the full-blown package of front, back, and side logo of Bluejuju and support your favorite podcast.
That's right, and we can upgrade our $5 cameras to the good stuff, you know.
That's
Yeah,
right.
and you can.
We'll move on up to Logitech. Logitech, if you're listening.
We want your
like
camera.
your cameras. So
We want your camera, and you know, unlike ethanol, we don't believe that you're evil.
no, you're good with us
You're good.
until you pass on our offer. Then all bets are off.
That's right.
But,
you could be next. We might investigate you.
That's right. It's possible we will turn.
We'll blackmail our sponsors into supporting us.
That's right. Anyways, this is Jonas with Bluejuju Podcast,
This is Ron.
and you have a week.
Yeah.